Okay, from the beginning, we are going to study some, well, Visual Studio stuff, the Hello World example. And well, recently I started using GitHub, so we are going to study how to use GitHub with Visual Studio. It's going to be very useful. Well, you need to communicate with other programmers, and well, for this class you will want to submit your homework in an easy way. Well, if you upload your code in GitHub, then I can measure it, I can see it, I can see it in an easy way, so it's going to be very useful. And well, I assume that all of you are familiar with C programming, and well, we are going to repeat Hello World example. I believe you did it in your C programming course, but well, are going to repeat C++ programming okay, so please don't use your cell phone in the lecture time. Okay. Okay, so we are going to repeat the Hello World example in C++ style. Okay, and after that we are going to some competition. Okay, it's going to be interesting. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is running Visual Studio like this. Okay, so it's very slow. I don't know the region. Oh, it's an enterprise version. Okay, it's good. Let's hide it. And yeah, I believe you are familiar with this one, but I'm going to repeat so that you can feel better. Okay, new project. And maybe and okay, and maybe, well, if you want to create a subdirectory, then you can check this option, and we are going to use GitHub, so we don't need to check this one right now. Anyway, I don't like generating additional directory for this project, so I unchecked this option and press OK. Next. And well, if you are professional Windows programmer, then you will need to check this option, but we are focusing on some basic grammar, so we are going to use this option. And well, I always prefer to this option, empty project, because well it feels more comfortable, and we feel that we are controlling everything if we start from the beginning, the empty project. So let's do this and uncheck this one. Okay, need install template, maybe. Okay, it seems working. Okay, so, and next thing we need to do is right click on, well, any place in this new Hello World project, under this project, and maybe right click, add new item here. And well, we need a place to code main function, so let's start from a C++ CPP file here. Okay, here is our first file here, and well, this is a tip. So move your mouse cursor here, and you will see the path of this file. So you can right click and open containing folder and check if this file is really generated. Okay, so you can see it here. It's very useful. And the default option is debug, but I like release. Well, it's a personal thing. So, well, you may use debug option for all of your project, but well, if you become a professional programmer later, then you will like this option because release option is much faster than debug option. So sometimes you cannot debug with debug option because it's too slow. So it takes, well, maybe a week, well, to reach the break point. Well, let's talk about it later one more time. Okay, so let's try C style hello world example. Maybe, well, we are going to use C style printf. So we need a bracket, standard IO, right? And well, the recent Visual Studio gives us more conveniency with this one. So it completes the header file name automatically. So it's good. And we need a main function. So we can use this very simple main function without void return type, or maybe you can use integer type, whatever, and you can use some void parameters or, well, some character pointer, something. But well, I would like to start with void. Okay, so it's your choice. And let's try printf hello world. Okay, so this is the standard C style traditional hello world example, and I believe all of you are very familiar with this one. Yeah. Okay, and if you press Ctrl F5, where is it? Okay, let's do this first. So build solution is Ctrl Shift B, but well, I don't like this one. This is for general development tool, but I like to use C++ environment. So you can change it to you can change it here. So import options. What is it? Okay, tools, options, and not this one. Import, export. Okay, yeah, this one, and reset all settings, and no, just reset settings. Here is Visual Studio C++. So finish, close. Okay, then, well, everything changed, and I like to move this Solution Explorer to the right hand side here. Okay, and well, now you can see build shortcut key is F7, and start debugging is F5, start without debugging is Ctrl F5. Okay, so I told you please remove your devices from the lecture. Put your cell phone in the bag right now. Everyone, in the bag. 핸드폰 전부 가방에 넣으세요. Okay, so if you press F7, it's going to build the exe file. But if you directly press Ctrl F5, the Visual Studio will ask if you are going to build again, because the code is out of date. In this case, you can check this one to not show this dialog again, or you can always check this option. So it depends on you, but I always use this option. So would you like to build it? Yes, I like to build this one and execute it. So we can check, we can confirm hello world here, and we need a larger font here. So properties, font size, buffer size, cursor, large, font, layout, color, font size, window preview. 윈도우 사이즈고, layout, color. Okay, so we have bigger characters, right? Okay, so this is the C style, right? Okay, in C++, well, you can use printf in C++ as well. Well, it's your choice, but there is a better way in C++, the stream. Let me check the script one more time. Just IO stream. Okay. Input output stream. Okay. Like this. Okay, so we can do the same thing using stream. So let's see. Let's check the result here. Okay, so it works in the same way as we did with printf, right? Okay, so let's look at this line. Okay, so well. This std means the namespace std, standard namespace. Std is insurer of standard. Okay, and this double semicolon means it's a namespace. Okay, so let's study more about the namespace. Okay, so if I tell you a keyword, then well, you can study it in this way. Just type namespace. Okay, well, we can find it. Many people are wondering about namespace in C++, so that's why we can find it here. So namespace in C++, right? So declarative region that provides something. So it's too difficult, but if you don't understand namespace in this lecture, with my explanation, then you need to study it in this way. You need to read textbook, you need to Google, or well, you need to study by yourself. I'll help you, but well, maybe it's not gonna be sufficient. Okay. So let's see this one first. So you can use these brackets to define a region here. So integer a is 1, maybe integer b is 2. We can do this, right? But if we try to use these variables these variables A and B outside of this region, this space, we cannot use it. Well, let's try to change the value of this A variable. Then, well, error identifier A is undefined. It's weird, right? It's defined here, so we cannot access this variable outside of this region. Well, this space is separate from this space. Okay. Well, I believe you already know this fact. It's a C programming. It's not a C++ stuff. Okay. Okay. So we can do this. We can do this in this way. Okay. Using namespace. Well, we first define namespace. So let's define namespace, MySpace maybe. Well, like this. Okay, so we defined two variables in this namespace. It's just a space, virtual space in the code. Well, inside memory. Okay, so let's try to access this variable A again. Okay, one more time. It's not working. Variable A is still undefined. Okay, let's see this part again. This is the name of a namespace std, and we can see semicolon, double semicolon, right? So, okay, maybe we can try this and type semicolon twice, and well, we can see autofill in here, A and B. So we can access variable A defined in this namespace like this. It works. Okay. And we can define a function inside this namespace as well. So maybe void print A like this, and printf d A, right? Okay, so it's working well. And well, we can't access this function here in this space, in this region, but we can use namespace like this. So press F7, Ctrl F5. Okay, okay, here is number 3, because the variable was 1 here, but it was changed to number 3, right? So okay, so now we understand the namespace. And sometimes we don't want to type space name again and again and again. In that case, we can using namespace MySpace in this way. Then you can remove it like this. Okay, so it's working. So, and maybe just a moment. Maybe we can try same thing for std, right? We used using namespace MySpace. Well, saved us much of typing time. Let's try this one. So we remove the name of namespace in this way. Then it's not working because the namespace is not defined here. But if we using namespace std, yeah, the compiler will find the definition or declaration of cout and end line inside the namespace std. Okay. And well, never use this the using namespace. I mean, this means using namespace in, well, global range or header files, or I mean, or CPP or something somewhere. Okay, this is enough. Okay, so you should be careful with this one, and I will repeat this warning again when you are ready again. Currently, we are taking care of only one CPP file, so, well, this is not important, but you need to remember if you can. Don't use using namespace too frequently. Okay, so we defined the namespace, and we defined two variables and one function inside this namespace. And actually, we already know similar thing here. Structure. Well, we need, okay. We need a semicolon here. So we already understand the namespace in this way. Okay? And we are going to study class. This is the class. Okay? I will explain more about, well, object-oriented programming, class and inheritance and abstraction polymorphism later. But the basic concept is this one. Okay, so let's go back to namespace stuff again. Structure maybe? Okay, structure. Okay, so we all understand C programming, so, well, I'm happy to use structure here. Okay, so we define the function here to print this variable, right? And well, okay, we need to look at this line a little more. So the cout is defined in somewhere namespace standard. Well, you can see some place around here. Okay, later. And this means, well, console out, cout, right? Okay, so in C++ means wasn't it a console out? Standard output. The standard output by default is the screen. Okay, so anyway, by default it prints this string to the screen. We know this one, and this means the end of line. So it works like end line, like, okay, so it's a new line. Okay, and it's also defined in namespace std, and there are many things defined in std. They are very useful. Okay, and well, the last thing we want to understand is this one. Okay, so in C programming, I think it's bit operator, right? No? Bit operator in C. Bitwise operators. Maybe, yeah. Right? But they don't seem like working in this way. Well, this line simply prints this string to the screen. So, well, it seems like these are not for bitwise operators in this case. So let's Google some more time. Maybe C++ operator overloading is not okay. So let's find right. So we can see the same thing. We can see the same thing we are doing right now here. So you can check details later. But I want to say that this is a streaming of data. Okay, stream. Let's try Google stream. What is the stream? This is the stream. You got it? Water is flowing. Water flows. It's a stream. And in this case, data flows to standard output. This string data is flowed to the console screen. So it's an interesting concept. We had to manually program the console printing options, right? So it's a function we are ordering to, we order computers to print some, well, we can add some options like this one, and we can add something, well, in this way. We are ordering. It's a formatted printing, but the concept itself is quite different from formatting. It's just a streaming data from here to the console screen. It's an interesting concept. Okay. It's too dirty, so let's remove it. Okay. Okay, let me check the lecture script. Okay, so let's make a vector structure, vector 2D maybe. Yeah. So integer x, y, and print vector may print d x y. And we can print this variable. Oh, maybe, well, we can try 3D because two variables are not enough to fill something. So D. Okay. And we want to print this vector. So let's define a vector here. My vector. Okay, and we can print vector, print vector in this way, right? Okay, let's make it clean here. Okay, so we can print x, y, g here, right? 1 to 3, they are printed correctly. And, well, we can define a creator here. It's optional, but const integer input x, integer y, const integer and x should be initialized as underbar x, y should be initialized as underbar y. Okay, so I can't find commenting icon here. Okay, I found it. So you can comment these lines in an easy way. Just press this one, uncomment, comment, uncomment, comment, uncomment. It's very useful. Okay, so in this case, okay, and oh, let's uncomment them. We need to define those variables. Okay, so you may use x is 1. You may define the default value of this variable directly here. You can directly assign default value. Like, you can do this, but well, we are going to study later. Well, I'm talking many things today. I'm talking about many keywords today, but I don't think you understand everything today. I'm going to repeat everything again and again. So this is called creator. And in this case, we can set the value. We can define the value of x, maybe 4, y, 5, g, 6 in this way. It looks good. And let's add one more new line here, and let's compile it, print it. So it's working. It's printing 4, 5, 6, right? And okay, so we used printf to print these variables inside this structure, right? Next, let's try stream. So we just tried hello world like this, right? So maybe you can do this using this one. So the first attempt is doing the same thing here. So my vector x, my vector my vector right? They are too long. So maybe we can do this. Let's try. Okay. So we can use a stream instead of printf, but well, we are doing the same thing using C++ language. Well, we can do this in C in an easy way. Well, we can program with printf function. It's a waste of programming language. So we are going to learn better things after a short break. Okay, let's take a break and let's 10 minutes. Okay, we are back. So we studied namespace, and we also we extended namespace to a structure, right? So a difference between structure and namespace is that we can define we cannot define instance of namespace. Let's try this one. Namespace, another vector maybe. So we can do this. So we can do this one. Another vector here. X is something. We can do this one, and we can define a print function inside this namespace. But if we use structure or class, then we can define many of them. Well, we can define my vector 1, my vector 2. Maybe we can define an array of my vectors. But we cannot define something more. We cannot, well, if we want to define more namespace, then we should do this one. Right? We don't want this. Well, we are programmers. Well, we want to type as less as possible. So this is not a good way. Namespace is a good concept, but well, there are many differences between namespace and structure and later class. So we are going to study class next time, but not today. But anyway, well, you need to understand the concept of these terms. So, and next we are studying the namespace and stream, the data stream. Okay, so let's keep going. So I'm going to show you something interesting here. So it's function overloading, function overloading. So let's try this in Google. Function overloading in C++. Operator overloading. Okay, so we can give more meanings to the operators by doing operator overloading. Okay, and there are one more term, operator overriding. So function overriding is similar to overloading, but it works in a different way, and I'm going to teach you later. Okay, so simply remember another term, and I'm going to teach you this one later. Okay, and maybe you are familiar with operator overloading, function overloading, or function overriding. But anyway, I'm going to repeat this one. So let's overload streaming. Okay, so we can do this in this way. Standard output stream, maybe output stream, and operator operator, and just a moment. Okay, let me copy from lecture script here. So like this. So there are two parameters in this overloading function. So The input is output stream. O stream is output stream, and I stream is input stream. Okay, and the second parameter is interesting. It's vector 3D. We defined it here. It has three variables x, y, z, and creator and a print function. Okay, so in this function we can print vector 3D here as we did here. So let's cut and paste here, but instead we stream. Okay, first thing we need to fix is using object my vector. This one is trivial. And next thing is that streaming data to this stream instead of console, and we can simply return stream. It's an interesting trick. Okay, so let's compile, and we can do this in an easy way. We can stream my vector itself to the console output stream. Okay, it's interesting. So let's print it. So it's working. Yeah, so yeah. We can define streaming itself. Okay, and I would like to show you more interesting feature of this kind of streaming. So we are streaming my vector to console output. It's useful, but sometimes we want to use file output. Okay, so let's go back to style file output. Let's do this first. 누가 여기다 토렌트를 깔았어?
다른 컴퓨터에서 똑같이 뜨더라고요. 수업 중에.
Okay, so for the comparison between the style file output and streaming, well, I first need to show you how to use style file output. Okay, so as far as I remember, standard IO. What was that? C file out. Okay, maybe stdio has it already. Maybe this one has it. Okay, so let's define file output a file, right? Is fopen cstyle.txt and write only and fprintf, right? So we use printf for console out, and we use fprintf, the different function. We use different function for file out. So output file and and my vector dot x, my vector dot y, my vector g, right? And f close output file. So let's test. Let's do test. So let's go to okay. Let's go to containing folder, and we found cstyle.txt file here, and we find 4, 5, 6 is working, right? So we had to use another function, fprintf. So we have printf for screen out, and we have fprintf for file print. Okay, this is the cstyle file output, and let's use stream. So standard file stream, maybe output files time. Output file stream. Okay, and I think I need to include fstream. Okay, file output stream, output file, and cpp style txt, right? And my vector, where is it? My vector. That's all. That's all. Let's test. Okay, and execute. Where is the containing folder? So it's working. It's working. So output file stream is a stream. So we can reuse this operator overloading for console out and file out. So we can reuse more code again and again. Okay.